Hello. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back to another video. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. And today we're going to be doing a video about Rockstar's Psychopaths in games. Right now, Rockstar Games makes the finest, best games and characters, scripts, environments and assets that I have ever seen in the whole world. They take the pedestal. They are the elite of the gaming industry. Further now, Rockstar Games basically means, hypothetically, psychopathic playable characters in games, right? And they are renowned or named as, how would a conservative critical analysis state it, anti-protagonists, anti-heroes. That's normally the official critical synopsis of these characters. So we are currently playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and the main psychopathic character in Red Dead Redemption 2 Rockstar Games is Arthur Morgan. And Arthur Morgan is probably one of the most unique psychopathic characters you get to play that Rockstar Games has ever made. Now he takes first place. Even it's like just over the rank of an elite character of psychopathy. He's just above John Marsden. He's literally like 1 nanometer, like just above John Marsden. Now, if there are psychopathic traits, qualities, whichever you want to state them as, in Rockstar Games, with these characters, now, some of the traits off the top of my head, I mean, you have, I mean, one major one is they're socially irresponsible. They have socially irresponsible behaviour. You know, I mean, you can insult anyone that walks by here. You can provoke anyone. You know, you can manipulate anyone here. You know, who's walking around, you know, this town. And another one is they have a highly disregard or violating the rights of others. I mean, this is something Arthur Morgan does. You know, they have a real difficult job in distinguishing between right and wrong. They have extreme difficulty showing any remorse or empathy, these characters at Rockstar Games. Like, they lie constantly, manipulating and hurting anyone. Like, you can go up to anyone here and just slice them in the jugular, you know, with the knife that you can keenly decorate and colour at your own leisure. You know, this killing tool. And one of the main ones, one of the main traits, well, excuse me, fears even, that we have of these characters is they have a reoccurring problems with the law. And that's one of the things in Rockstar Games, isn't it? Like, the law. Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, like, we're constantly in bother with the law. And you know, we can't deny, as players, right? How fun it is to play as these characters and live the missions and their outcomes. Now, Arthur Morgan is one of these characters. Now, one of the more shrouded subject about Arthur Morgan is like, and it's online everywhere. Like, people are so confused why it doesn't happen right, and it's why Arthur Morgan doesn't have sex in the game, right, at his own choice, right? Well, that's because I believe I have a kind of an answer for that, right? Because these psychopaths from Rockstar Games, in life in general, right, they put sex kind of like at the bottom of their list because it's not important to them, you know. And you got to think there is two things that Arthur values, right, that he puts above everything, and it's money and power, right? And those are two things that psychopaths really value, right? Like I'll name a character for you at Rockstar Games, like Trevor, right? The first scene that Trevor is that he's having sex with that woman. Like, it's literally thrown in your face. Like, you can't get out of it. Like, it happens, right? And you're thinking, well, if Trevor does it, and Franklin does it, and Michael does it, then why doesn't Arthur do it? Well, Trevor does it because he's not doing it because he wants to have sex with that woman. Trevor's doing that because he is dominating the money and power scenario about her husband. He's gaining territory and power over him. That's why he's doing it. He's not doing it because he wants to sleep with that woman. Trevor's doing it because he's a psychopath that believes in, like, money and power, you know? And if there's a practical essence of these psychopaths in Rockstar Games, right? And Rockstar Games are exceptionally intelligent when it comes down to these subjects because they have the finest psychologists in the world working with them. And what are the abilities that... I don't know how many in total of Rockstar creation characters there are that have this quality, but how many of them can slow down time, right? Now, in Red Dead Redemption, we know it as Deadeye, don't we? You know, like, Arthur can basically, you know, you click in R3 and the world slows down, the screen goes black and white, you see grey or you see red, and you can grab your gun and you can aim it at someone's skull and you can blow them away, right? And I know, we all know for a fact that players enjoy using it. We feel like we have power over the game, like we have a power over these enemies of ours. And in Grand Theft Auto, what is the power of Franklin and Michael? They can slow down time, right? And Trevor's ability, his special power is he's invulnerable. So he has a high dose of adrenaline. And adrenaline is a chemical that psychopaths constantly use. You know, it's you know, they're invincible. You know, they're invincible. You know, like James Bond, for example. You know, he has like psychopathic traits there. And I mean, we'll go through the characters of Rockstar Games, like, and each and every one of them that I can think of are a complete utter nutcase. Like, they are totally psychopath to the max. I mean, just listing 3 here in this game, you've got Dutch Van Der Linde and John Marsden and Arthur Morgan. Right, the 3 pinnacle psychopaths that are the main 3 characters of the game. Right? And the reason why we all love them is literally because they are psychopaths. Like, believe it or not, that's why we love them. Right? And anyway, the characters I can think of right now, you've got Max Payne. Right? I don't know if he's actually a Rockstar original, but he's definitely part of the Rockstar universe. Like, Max Payne is a gunslinger. I mean, wasn't he a cop? Like an ex-cop or something, or a detective? Like, he can slow down time. Like he has Deadeye of his own. Like, I mean, even in the film, I mean, I think Matt Wahlberg played Max Payne. I mean, the thing that he's fighting is his psychopathy. It's his insanity, his madness. I mean, that is the enemy, right? So you got Max Payne. I mean, you got you know, Carl Johnson from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Like, one of the most amazing characters ever to be made. I mean, his special power is exceptional intelligence, and he has an extremely high ability of charisma. Everybody loves him. Everyone worships him. He's like the main guy. He's the most intelligent person in the entire game. CJ. Like, if you've played San Andreas, if you've not played Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, I advise that you play that game. Right? Even kids today, like young teenagers, like, who are playing it online, they love him. He's so lovable as a character. I mean, all Rockstar characters are lovable. I mean, that's the point of this video, right? You know, we're going through, like, this psychopath behaviour that, like, earns Rockstar so much money, you know, and these people are in real life. Like, they exist all around us. In the street. In clubs, in bars, in pubs. They're at work. They were in school. You know, when we were kids. Like, they're out in the gym. Like, they're everywhere. Like, they're just so difficult to spot. Normally, though, they're very, very highly charismatic. I mean, let's think of another character. Nico Bellic. Cole Phelps. I mean, those 2 characters are very similar in essence. Like, they both, like, harness the power of stealth. Hiding in the shadows, in the dark. You know, like, 2 characters there that are phenomenal. I mean, Cole Phelps is a police officer. I mean, he was an athlete, right? No, Cole Phelps was an athlete. Right? And athletes have a quick response time, right? You know, because that's what Deadeye is. Right? You know, Max Payne. You know, Arthur Morgan. Dutch Van Der Linde. John Marsden. All have an extreme skill of quick response. I mean, if you want to put... I mean... If you want to look in the movie side, like films, because that's what Rockstar Games is, isn't it? It's basically, as well, it's like movies for games, games for movies, right? You know, kind of like, that's the bread, and Psychopaths is the filling, like the meat, or the vegetables, the salad, the sauce. You know, whichever way you want to put it. I mean, it's absolutely extraordinary. Like, can you imagine, right, in a movie, like, I'll give you one, right, the closest film you will ever get to Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead Redemption, right, the closest film you're gonna get, because there'll never be a film made of this. You'll have skits and you'll have parodies, but, like, the only film is High Plains Drifter. Now, High Plains Drifter was a movie that was made, I think it was like the late 70s. Is it the mid or late 70s? And it's Clint Eastwood. He plays a gunslinger, right? And it's a dark film. Like, it's really dark. It's dark. Like, really, really, like, shiver down your spine dark, right? And, as I've said, he's a gunslinger. Now, what is it that he has? Because he's called the Drifter. And that's what we are in this. We're a drifter. And what is it, the power, the ability, the special ability that Clint Eastwood, the actor playing that character, has? Deadeye. A quick response time with his 6-shooter. Like, you watch the film. The amount of guys he takes out, like, within a second. Like, there's a scene in it where, like, the dude, he's like showing the town how to shoot. Like, he's training them how to shoot. Like, I don't want to spoil the film for you, but you gotta see how quick he takes down, like, those targets. It's unreal, right? Now, that's more of a classic genre of Deadeye, right? Because Rockstar do love their classic genre. And the modern genre I can think of that relates to Arthur Morgan and John Marsden and Dutch Van Der Linde is Rick Grimes. Now, Rick Grimes is a cowboy. Like, he was a deputy. He was a police officer. But in The Walking Dead, he is a cowboy. And what is one thing Rick has? What is his special power? Rick Grimes. Deadeye. Quick response. I mean, I think it's like season 2 where he's in the bar and those two guys come in the bar and, like, as a viewer, you're scared. Like, you are scared of these guys that come in. Like, you're happy that Rick's there. Like, you can't help but think that and feel that. Like, you can't help it. Right? It's a natural human reaction that you feel that. Afraid when two strangers like that walk in with guns. Right? And Rick Grimes, Andrew Lincoln, who plays him, right, the character, with his Deadeye, he takes out two guys within a second. Like, the enemies, one guy's behind the bar and another guy's got a shotgun behind him. Like, he's got two guys either side. And Rick Grimes grabs his gun out of his holster, brings the heavy 6-shooter pistol up to eye level, takes out the first guy behind the bar, turns around and takes out the guy with the shotgun. I think he empties 4 bullets in total. 3 into the larger individual behind him and 1 into, I think his name was Tony. I think it's Tony. I think it is. Tony gets it bad, you know, in that episode. Like, but the point that I'm making is that they all have quick response. You know? And both the Drifter and Rick Grimes are ambidextrous. And Arthur Morgan is ambidextrous with his guns. And John Marsden. And Dutch Van Der Linde. I mean, it's insane, right? Right, that like these characters who we play and that we love so much, you know. And you've got to understand that psychopaths, right? They all possess these traits, like these qualities that they state that they are. And like, just thinking like jobs off the top of my head that require like a Deadeye in our universe, like our real life universe, is air traffic control, athletes, lawyers, solicitors, politicians, psychiatric technicians, stockbrokers, and, believe it or not, right, I'm going to say this, right, firefighters. Right, they're going to... And these are like kind of jobs that you can do in Rockstar games. Like there's some of them in there that involve a lot of these jobs, naturally, like firefighters. Like you can be a firefighter, can't you? Is it Grand Theft Auto 3? And in the original old Grand Theft Auto games, you can wield a fire engine. Like you know, and this is the beauty of Rockstar games. They're totally ahead of time here. And I mean, this is part one of the video, and you know, I may consider going deeper into this subject. You know, and I mean, if you're concerned whether you have a psychopath in your life and you don't know it, I'll give you a hint. If you think you've got one on your friends list or one that's in real life, just do this one thing to find out if they are. Don't be friends with them anymore. Remove them off your friends list. Don't block them. Remove them. Don't talk to them anymore. And you see what happens. You see the result. And I'm telling you, you'll find out. You know, they won't be happy. You know, because they need control. Only they can decide such an action. Right? And we know that Arthur Morgan loves money and power, because that's the only thing he talks about is his money. Yeah. And the two things that Rockstar Games loves the most is money and power. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you had fun in this entertainment video of Rockstar Games and their psychopaths. Take care, guys. Goodbye and God bless.